You can't reinvent the wheel, but you can kind of reinvent yourself through the boards you make. Shit, it's got curve all there, huh?
Yeah. Nice to have it. You're the first to like properly have a crack in here, so that's cool.
Really cool, bro.
It's just great for surfers to now be eyes wide open to design development and getting out of their lane, because it felt like in the 90s, like when I was riding a longboard, that was a no-no. Like I left the WQS, what it was at the time, I was hooked on a longboard, and it just swept me away. And then from that, I started riding all sorts of stuff and just couldn't get rid of the love of different feels on a wave canvas. Like, I couldn't believe it, when you've gone from one thing. It's like having all the colour palettes and only painting in red your whole life or green your whole life. It's like,
so
shit, have you tried sky blue? It's pretty fun.
We wanted to come up with something for our Bennett range that differed from what we currently have and offer to our customers. The first one would be this longboard model with a single fin log called the Slipsteam. This one's a 9.4, super functional log, pretty flat and rocker entry, nose rides for days. Beau's put a good amount of nose concave through the front of the thing too. Yeah, we've been riding and absolutely loving the demo one that we've got down here.
There's a lot of emphasis these days on the boards. My dad was riding in the mid-60s. My dad was riding Takeyamas, I was riding Takeyamas. This is kind of your classic Californian style board, but it's not as cumbersome. It's got kind of an Australian feel to it, I guess.
The Wombat with wings.
Cool.
Little beauty. This model is meant to be a good all-round mid-length that we're setting up as quad +1. So, it's a 6-foot one as quad, but also depending on the conditions, set it up as a 2+1, and it just ultimately just provides different feelings, equally as good.
The first design principle is around 94.
Okay.
I'd always been a massive fan of Michael Peterson and Wayne Lynch. Michael Peterson, his yellow-orange shorts at Kira, the turns he was going through on that small stubby board. And then obviously Wayne Lynch down around Great Ocean Road area on his squash version. Ultimately, it's just a really easy rider for all abilities. Even if you were learning to surf, this thing would float you fine, get you onto waves. This one's got a lot more curve, so therefore you can theoretically go vertical on it, no problem. This thing's got single to double concave, so it's got life in it. It's got speed through the flats. You're turning off a shorter rail arc with the wing, and you're also releasing off that wing theoretically mid-turn. Great for experimenting with your surfing.
As Beau said, user-friendly, but kind of a board that just does it all. Sit out the back with the longboarders, but hustle and grovel with the shortboarders too. In some steeper waves, it'll do it all.
To be able to turn people on to a beautiful longboard or a mid-length board with the Bennett name, with a little bit of my input is a tremendous honour.